Greetings, this is Barry Fearson, Polycom PSR engineer in Austin, and for today's video we will look at doing an upgrade for a Trio VisualPro. And before we get started, let's just take a look at the equipment. We have ourselves our camera. We have the VisualPro itself. It looks like a group series. It's tagged here, Silkscreen Trio VisualPro. The back we have monitor, HDMI, LAN, and power. And when you apply power, you get your welcome to your Polycom Trio VisualPro and options or instructions on how to pair your Trio phone to your VisualPro. Bottom left-hand corner, we will see the VisualPro MAC address. Not sure if the video is coming through there or not. And then the VisualPro IP address. So at this time, let's go ahead and move on over to the computer. Put this down. And bring up the web address of the VisualPro. I want to point out the hardware version is important. It's hardware version 20. I think that there are previous versions of Group Series that could not run VisualPro software, and in this avenue, so that's important to have hardware version 20. We can see here from the System tab that this is a VisualPro. You can edit it and name it something. It is System Software Release 619. And we have our serial number and our IP address. Of course, we're already connected to it, and shows our current statuses with our Trio. Now, I'm not working on pairing it at this moment, but we want to actually do an upgrade. So then here we have our general settings. System settings, that's where you can edit the name, date and time, and then software updates. Now, for those that can hit the Polycom server, the software server, Polycom, you can check for updates to go on out and do an update. Now, VisualPro will also use the 6.0, or excuse me, 6.2, as we're on 6.19. So, since it's not GA, you cannot go ahead and check through here, and you'd have to do a manual software update. This is where you can map to your tar file and do the upgrade and browse. Browse for the file and then update. And under automatic updates, this is something from the group series that we're not really seeing anything right there at this moment. Let me see if we can kill this. Can't kill the webcam, so we'll just let that run. Let's get the file and go ahead and go through the manual process of doing an update. We'll go ahead and put the beta 6.2 code on it, and that will again bring it up from the current version of 6.19 and run through licensing if required at that point, from moving from a 6.1 to a 6.2 platform. So stand by. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the manual software process, and we are going to move towards upgrading to 6.2. Here you can see we've got the 6.2 file. We're going to start the transfer. go ahead and let that run. This is exactly like you would upgrade a regular group series, and we'll go ahead and show all of that. You can see from the support portal, this is where you can actually download the GA code. It's going to be under the trios, either the Trio 8500 or the 8800. Here you can see the Polycom Trio VisualPro software. The GA version is 6.1.10. Apparently with the hardware version of 20, you can still use the VisualPro software on a Group Series 310 or 500. So here we can see we're completing the transfer process. So here's the update section. Since we are moving from a version 6.1.9 to a 6.2, it will require a software key. So at this point, a normal customer would go to the support portal, and we'll show that here shortly. Activation area, all other Polycom products. They'd log in, activate now, enter the system serial number, click next. Now the issue with my serial number is we have not had it come through the normal area, so therefore it doesn't recognize our serial number being valid or not. So, but this would be the normal area for where they would download the code, or the 6.2 key code, which you would not find now because it's not GA. So let's go back to the VisualPro. We're going to input a 6.2 key code we got from engineering, and it takes the code and we begin the upgrade process just like with Group Series. So here we have a group series serial number, so just to demonstrate while the other's working on it, we put that on in there and get to this page. Here we would be able to find an activation history if we had an option key, but we want to go to the upgrade tab to actually get our 6.2 key code. Now, this particular serial number is not covered under a service agreement. That is why we find this upgrade key code stating the available but not entitled. Otherwise, we'd have a get button there where we would click it and we would see the key code needed for the required version. So in this case, we would want them to go back to you know, sales and get their service agreement renewed, or some sort of agreement in place to cover the free updates moving forward. So yes, this is any activation codes here would show under the key code page. So we'll just go ahead and let this ride. So during a system update, the system may restart multiple times just for while it does its process. So in this case, we're watching one of the reboots. I always get impatient and move things around. Here we go. Again, not quite ready yet. And back to the software upgrades. Yet a second restart. do realize part of this is like watching paint dry, but you'll get the a complete idea of the software upgrade process. So. Installing file 21 of 56. So here we see the new 6.2 interface that prompts you for a login. I went ahead and attempted this admin and admin Polycom 1, 2, shift 3, shift 4. Fact of the matter is the password is admin and the system serial number. So here you see we are logged in. You can see that we have system software. It's the beta 6.2. There's the serial number that we use to log in with the password. That would be the system serial number of any system that you're using within here. I assume that we might be able to change the password in here at some location, and that is not a part of the scope of this video, so I will actually look to do that and get that tied into the system serial numbers or excuse me, the passwords that I use on all of my systems. So again, this wraps it up. We've got a 6.2 update. We showed a license process, the upgrade process. 6.2 will release sometime here in the near future. You will find it on this page where you can get your key code. The code itself will be back under the Polycom Trio site. In this case, listed right here. Now, does that mean in the futures we won't have a VisualPro area to download the software? Possible. For right now, 6.1, I think 6.17, 6.18 through 6.10, 6.1.10 were all handled a little bit differently. So 6.2 moving forward may be a different story. So thank you for watching. This concludes the video. Have a great day.